God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Come on, sing with me. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Yeah, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. Put your hands together. So I give thanks, yes I do, for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything. Come on, honey, L. is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Yes, yes. I am grateful, grateful for this day, for the love we share, the life we make, and I give thanks for all the many ways that the love of, look at those smiles, I love it. I am grateful, grateful for this day, for the love we share, the life we make, and I give thanks for all the many ways that the love of God appears. I am grateful, grateful for this day, for the love we share, the life we make, and I give thanks for all the many ways that the love of God appears. I am grateful, grateful for this day, for the love we share, the life we make, and I give thanks for all the many ways that the love of God appears. Yes, the love of God is here. Yes, yes, yes.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta. My name is Jean Bell. My pronouns are she and her, and I serve as the associate minister here. And I'm so glad that you're here with us today. Welcome, everyone viewing on Facebook and YouTube Live. If you would, please like and share and let us know where you're viewing from. We want to hear from you. Today we have a very special guest speaker, the Reverend Duncan Teague, which I will tell you a lot more about a little later on. If this is your first time with us, please see a welcome ambassador in the hallway for a gift especially for you. We welcome back our Reverend Dr. David Alexander for his gallivanting all over Europe, having a good time. Yes, wearing a kilt? A kilt? Yes, he's got good ankles, I will tell you that much. Great ankles. All right, we're going to go ahead and do our monthly affirmation. I'm going to read it all the way through, and then I'm going to invite you to say it with me. Yes? All right, here I go. I stand before the greatness of the universe, humbled before the majesty and awe of all creation. Then I remember I am one with this great power. Therefore, I stand in awe of the greatness within me and make room for its authentic expression in my life. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Reverend David. All right, let us all say that together with heart and soul. I stand before the greatness of the universe, humbled before the majesty and awe of all creation. Then I remember I am one with this great power. Therefore, I stand in awe of the greatness within me and make room for its authentic expression in my life. And so it is. Jericho will be doing our announcements. Please welcome Jericho.
Thank you. I like how Reverend Jean get up here looking so glamorous with that microphone. Y'all saw, anyway. I really thought she was gonna sing. Hi, my name is Jericho Brown, and these are your announcements for May 19th, 2024. I serve on the creative arts team here at SLCA. And I like that picture. We have so many great opportunities to connect, grow, serve, and give at SLCA. For more information about today's announcements and other opportunities, please scan the QR code found on your monitor. Have you pre-ordered Dr. David Alexander's new book, Attained by All? Have you pre-ordered it? Oh, y'all did it already. Now, everybody who's saying yes, if somebody's next to you not saying yes, tell them they can pre-order it right now while I'm talking. It's okay. Scan the QR code on the screen. Y'all see that? You could do that, no shame. Do it right now. Scan the QR code on the screen to get your copy, as this will be the focus of our book club beginning in June. We are so excited to explore Attained by All together. Sign up today to be a part of this nationwide book club that will kick off on June 6th, both in person here at the center and online. Talk to our team to find out how you can host or join a small group. Are you curious about certain spiritual practices or content but have few opportunities to discuss it with like-minded people? Today, during our 5 o'clock hour, we will continue a monthly discussion group exploring topics that may be hard to discuss with your friends and family. SLCA practitioner Tony Jenkins is ready to answer any questions. Join us and let's talk about it. Next Monday, May 26th, Reverend Dr. David will continue a 10-part 10 core concepts of the Science of Mind series during our New Thought Education Workshop Hour. Reverend David invites you to explore how these concepts can change your life. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to visiting you after service in the social hall for food and fellowship. Never forget, you belong.
Thank you, Jericho. Many, many years ago, we sang this song that I'm about to perform in this community. And I thought, let's bring it back just for this afternoon, just to remind ourselves of some great lyrics and great intention by the composer and lyricist Daniel Nahmad. Can I have the synthesizer up just a touch, please? One power, one power. There's one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord. Call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of love in you and me. One power. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we remember once we close our eyes to see that such differences were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or Heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, a Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration and the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for. It's love that's most deep. It's one power, one power. It's what we are, is one power, one power. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. Powerful, isn't it? Open your mind, unfold your heart, relax your senses. Feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Breathe every breath. Release your cringe. Love without waiting, slowly unhinge. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound, unbound.
Just take a moment. Take a nice, easy breath. Know with me that this one power, one cause, the absolute everything throughout the universe is what I tune into right here and right now. It is the breath that I take. It is the fleeting thoughts. It is the beating of my heart. It is everything that I am. For there is no part of me that is not a part of that one source, that one power, that one creative aspect of the universe. And how wonderful it is to be connected to this power, this source, at any moment, no matter if it is a joyful moment or a time of need or something in between. It doesn't matter. It is always present. And this power, it doesn't matter what I have done before or what I will do after. This power is always waiting to connect and to show me that love is always present. Love is always provided. And love is the way. How magnificent it is to drop into that for the moment and just know it is all that really matters. I look out and I see all these wonderful faces, and what I recognize is that it's the face of God. And the multiple ways that you show up is the multiple ways that God shows up in my life. I'm so grateful for being able to touch that, to understand that, and be in awe of that. I'm so grateful to be a part of a community that helps keep me grounded in this truth. By its messages, by its presence, by its speakers, its ministers, practitioners, and even you. I am filled with joy as I recognize and know that this is just the perfect moment and perfect time. And so I release this. Release it into the law, knowing that the law has already responded and already said yes to it. And because it is done, I need not do anything more. And so if you're in agreement with this, please say with me, and so it is.
You can't stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. So lift up your voice. Let it be heard. Tell me your story, tell it to me. Don't leave out a word. I think I have been there too. I'm a seeker just like you. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. So it is. Thank you, Tony. We sing this song of jubilation because our hearts have been set free. The gift of life is within us. The joy, the peace, the majesty. We're learning to live, to learn how to love. So within the Spirit, love is all there is. So pure in heart, and God we dwell. With gift of vision, we now can tell that God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. Would you put your hands together? Help me out. God is love. Come on. God is real. God is magnificent. magnificent. God is light. God is love. I am real. I am magnificent. I am light. I am love. I am real. I am magnificent. I am light. I am love. You are real. You are magnificent. You are light. You are love. You are real. You are magnificent. You are light. You are love. We are real. We are magnificent. We are light. We are love. We are real. We are magnificent. We are light. We are love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is. Come on, honey, L. Yeah. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. Yeah. Honey, oh, yes. Feels so good to be together. Thank you, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon again. If you're just joining us, my name is Jean Bell. I'm the Associate Minister here. My pronouns are she and her, and we have a very special guest today. Guest speaker, we also have our Reverend Dr. David Alexander back, which I am so glad to see. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Reverend Duncan Teague. Reverend Duncan Teague and a faithful, hard-working group of friends dreamed of and planted the Abundant Love Unitarian Universalist congregation in the West End community of Atlanta, which they established in 2018. The Abundant LUU is committed to continuing the work of healing communities in both the UU and Black church traditions. Emory University's Rowland School of Public Health also employ Reverend Teague in the Global Health Department, assisting research of faith-based projects doing HIV/AIDS anti-stigma work. He's affiliated with the community minister for the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta right here. And he served on the term, okay, he has served a term on the UU Ministers Association's Committee on Anti-Racism, Anti-Oppression, and Multiculturalism. Wow, thank you. Thank you very much for that. He received proclamations honoring his work by the Atlanta City Council, by Councilwoman Keisha Waits, and endorsed by Council President Doug Shipman. In the 2017 session of the State Georgia House of Representatives, Representative Park Cannon, which from District 58, and former Representative Keisha Waits signed House Resolution number 290, commending Teague for his 38 years of HIV/AIDS service and community work. Reverend Teague resides in Decatur, Georgia, with his husband, David Thurman, a retired CDC researcher, and celebrated 30 years together and 20 years of marriage. Please give a warm welcome to Reverend Duncan Teague.
Good afternoon. You know, when I left the Baptist church, I didn't think I'd have to go to church in the afternoons on Sundays. I'm so glad to be with you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Bell, Reverend Dr. Alexander. Y'all, I knew this day was coming. Huh? Y'all said so it is and all that. And so did I. I have been roaming around religious communities for a long time. The Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta has been one of those communities. See, I knew this day was coming when I found out about many of our mutual friends. One was Reverend and Father David Michael Searcy, who shared with you. He is one of our chosen children. As I say when they act up, my husband's bad kids. When the late, great, beautiful soul Bishop Carlton Pearson was over here messing around after the conservatives made him have a moment. All he said was, "We not going to hell." And that was too much. It was too much. And so he was hanging out over here. Y'all, he was also hanging out with some folks in Tulsa who don't believe in hell, the UUs. I knew I was going to preach here when I met David Alt. And David was a guest speaker at Gay Spirit Visions and was amazing. Also, one of your practitioners is my cousin Tony Clark, or Joseph Anthony Clark. Yes, Joseph sends his love. And I got hugged by Kennedy Schultz. I'll let y'all touch me. Briefly. And then I met this David Alexander. And I had heard about him, but you know, you're cautious. And then we met at these things, these Pentecostal, gay, TFAM things and some other community things. And I'm like, who is this guy? And we met and we clicked. And then he came over to my church, and they liked him almost too much. I said, he has a church, y'all. He's fine. Leave him alone. So I knew I was eventually going to make it here. Yeah. And because I wasn't brought up New Thought, y'all gonna have to tolerate some of my tromping through some of the stuff that isn't so positive, because that inner voice that you rely on has also told you when you stepped into a place and you said, oh, no, 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 and told you to get out of there. Same voice, protecting you, watching over you. Sometimes you know you're going to do something years before it happens because of that deep indwelling within you. Tech team, I'm going to read it. Bless y'all souls. They didn't tell y'all I was a mess. Thank you. Our reading for today comes from Self-Care for Black Men, 100 Ways to Heal and Liberate. If you need help, ignore the part about black men and just get it. From Joel Caballo, he's a licensed mental health counselor. And he knew that for some of my brothers to pick up this book, they had to say it was for black men. In the chapter where he talks about try meditation, because he starts off with this paragraph saying meditation's not for everybody, and that's okay. But it does offer a tangible way to practice spirituality, even the most secular forms. And if spirituality isn't something that you want to work on in this way, then meditation and breath work also allow you to connect more with your body. Uh-oh. So maybe our bodies have something to do with our spirituality. That was for all y'all ex-Baptists. The other things he says are those benefits can be of special value to black men. If you want to listen this afternoon, you can. Who can have higher levels of cardiovascular strain than other ethnic groups and genders. Might be helpful. On a simpler level, meditation can provide you with a space and a time to connect with yourself, to take better care of yourself. As you get more connected to your body, you gain deeper insight into your internal experiences, such as thoughts, feelings, and sensations. This knowledge helps you gain clarity on what you're feeling, what your desires or needs may be, and what next steps might be helpful to take in your life. That's a sermon right there. But he ain't here, so I'll give y'all my 20 other pages. Y'all said that we're going to talk about the greatness within, so pardon me if I preach from this little volcano of mine. You also know in your core when you need to get out of some places. I already said that, didn't I? And sometimes I have been hard-headed. I know that's hard to believe. But I didn't listen to that warning that was coming from right inside, and I paid dearly for that message. Dearly. One weekend in New Orleans, because I'm real hard-headed, y'all. My mama said it was going to get me in a world of trouble. On the first night, I was bashed in New Orleans, just outside the quarter, because there's some desperate folks in New Orleans. And the next night, going to do my HIV work at the club, the rental car was a hit and run. Now, finally, after all of that, I realized maybe I need to get out of New Orleans this weekend. And I did. So I'm asking that as you listen to the volcano that's churning on the inside, listen to all the messages. Some of us, this afternoon, we want to examine for a moment this energy that's churning away on the inside of us, because y'all said it's greatness. And I believe it is. But it's energy that is useful. And some of us have a calling so loud that we have to do something about that volcano that's churning on the inside. We have to go write that Pulitzer Prize winning poem. That churning is getting at us so much that if we don't, we might get sick. it might not be a prize-winning poem, but it's your poem to write, so write it. And the reason you gotta write it is because you don't know who needs to read your poem. And that poem could save your communication in your starved relationship. That poem also might be the communication that some sister needs to give to somebody you don't know who needs to save their life. But if you sit on it, oh my, don't sit on a volcano, y'all. It's not pretty, and it's dangerous. If you'll bring up that slide of that handsome astrophysicist, there he is. Oh, if he had only been and I had only been there. And can y'all see it, us sitting at a restaurant and folks going, who is that? It's just me. But anyway, see, it turns out that y'all have it right. Because that guy, who is an astrophysicist, according to him, that if you go to the birthplace of stars in the galaxy, in nebulas and gaseous clouds where stars are born and planets later on form, that you'll find the same elements that form us. Greatness within. The same elements. He said it. So it makes us all smart. For some of us, this is cause for a little shout right now. Hallelujah. And for some of us, it is simply proof of our greatness because we are the stuff of life of the galaxy. Now act like it. The same stuff. So that little light that we sing about might actually be a volcano of energy begging to be set up and used for good. And I believe it because we have been, if you ride MARTA for just a moment, or if you listen when you drive through heavily used routes of MARTA, you can see some people singing and dancing because the volcano is in there turning away and they're not doing nothing with it. And they at the bus stop sounding better than 10 of the top 100 pop artists. Have you ever heard it? Award-winning voices at the bus stop with that volcano in there having to get out, even at the bus stop. It might be somebody sitting in here. Roll down the window and listen to that power of art of singing that's undeveloped, that's inopportune, coming from the bus stop, and it sounds better than some of our hit songs. A soul filled with the magic of music, but unable to share it in a way that other folks who wish they had that gift could get it. And why are you going there, Duncan? We're metaphysicians. Well, yes, you are. And some of us are living under the eruptions of our families that bury generations of trauma and abuse. And they are frozen in time, and so are we, behind the big eruption that happened back 4 or 5 generations ago. and you don't even know what happened and why, but you know at this family, we don't do that. Why you gotta go to school and spend more of our money? Why you gotta have a business? There's plenty of jobs out there. What makes you think you can preach with your gay? Sitting under Mount Vesuvius, frozen in time, behind stuff you don't even know what it happened and when. And they long dead. Long dead. But they keeping you from enjoying the power that's in you, your greatness. If they could just crack the rocks that are piled up, if they could just do it. Okay, if we could just do it. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm paying for therapy. If I could just do it. If I could get that therapist to find the right aspect to crack some of them rocks that have kept me from Have you ever met somebody so beautiful and so wonderful, and then you say, come on, let's go, and it's like they're glued to the floor. Well, this thing that I'm doing, maybe at SLCA, maybe it's wonderful. Maybe it'll help heal. And they're like, well, you know, I don't know. Underneath generations of lava that is not hot, it's cold, y'all. Because if it were hot, what would it do? It would burn and it would move. One of the most ridiculous verses that we ever sang in Black church was, the church of God is marching and I shall not be moved. Just stuck. If we could just chip away at some of it. And for many of us, the bang that caused it in our families, in our friend circles, in that group that we should have left years ago, and I don't know what's wrong with them, but they at your house every other week. It didn't start with a bang. It started with a whisper. What makes you think that women should do that? Ain't no woman in our family ever done that. That's not even what God wants. Ugh, that one. And by the way, guess where my, since I went there, guess where my diploma is from? Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas. Let me tell you something, though. That's at Benedictine. 2 miles away is what's left of St. Scholastica, established by women nuns more than 100 and some years ago. The women nuns got together and wrote a letter, and they said, we ain't got nothing to do with this. Don't put this on us. If you haven't seen it, pray, meditate, and then look at that stupid video. A kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs is the commencement speaker. Maybe you should stick to kicking. He has a right to his opinion. What made me sad was that my alma mater gave him some people gave him a standing ovation. You sitting there dripping lava on yourself instead of making use of that energy that's in here to set yourself free and everybody else free. And you handing it over to a kicker for the Chiefs, doesn't that make me feel intellectually stimulated? Some of those whispers were about, well, we don't do stuff that would bring us that. And guess what the next word is? It's not pain and suffering. We relish that and we wallow in it. We don't do stuff like that that would bring us joy. Talk about joy at Thanksgiving and see what happens. See if they don't move that turkey a little further away from you. Oh, I'm sorry, that tofu thing that has the whatever. Because let me tell you what joy will do. Yesterday I went to a thing that it's a film, a documentary of the Paradise Garage in New York, established in the, somebody was there. And they wasn't doing ministry either. Shut up, Duncan. Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. The Paradise Garage was a house club. If you don't know what house music is, just ask your smart speaker. I sound like I'm on NPR. If you'll just ask your smart speaker to play house music, you'll get a taste of what was happening at the Paradise Garage, established in the late 70s, early 80s, didn't make it to the 90s, but changed lives. Because Black gay men, Latino gay men, lesbian women, bisexuals, transgender folks who didn't know they were transgender because we didn't use that word back then, but they were dressed like it. Stars and folk who wish they were stars were there, straight folks. And they were set free by the joy in the music, the joy of the beat, and the joy that it's all right for me to have a little something over here and shake my whatever I need. Because you're over there shaking yours, and you have gotten your life, and I'll get mine, and we'll be all right. And we're not stuck in a volcano for this 4 hours that we are on this dance floor, and can I borrow that towel, because I need it. Joy would crack some of this old stuff, and that's why we don't want none. Ooh, can I say business meeting at church? Shut up, Duncan. Huh? A little liberating joy. I love my family. My family loves me. They are ready to show up for any emergency, any tragedy. Let me get an award. Well, that's so nice. My authentic self might just show up, and that is dangerous. Because mostly I've set myself free, most days. But y'all said it's about the greatness within. I'm just riding along with you. Sometimes it feels like somebody is saying, well, please stay miserable and in your place and in our misery so that we can torture you like we do everybody else? We're not going to support too much joy and authenticity nor liberation, by the way. And listen to folk who are trying to take your liberation from you. And then watch how narrow their lives are. And how much fun they're not having. I'm not going to mention who, but somebody in my family actually had the audacity to say, well, where are you going now that I can be jealous of? And thank God for therapy, because you know what I did? I said, oh, that's yours. Because I got a ticket somewhere else, by the way, that you ain't going. I'm here to say that the other part of that song that I'm playing with, my little volcano, is Let It Shine. It says, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. It doesn't say make it shine. Huh? Because if you let your volcano go, now not all the way, but if you let out part of it, if you let some of those geysers go that will release the pressure so you don't explode, it will shine. You don't have to make it shine. You just let it shine. Huh? Just let it shine. So that means it's in there glowing anyway. That's where the UUs and y'all meet, by the way. There's some other places we might not meet, but we meet there. Where it's shining on the inside and you came here with it shining. And that's why they work so hard in a hurry up to get that stuff on top of you because you already shining. And about 8 or 9, we go, wait a minute now, that's a little too much shine. Huh? Have you seen it happen? Adorable children, and then we put our crap on them. By about 10, you can hardly get them to smile, some children. Scared of joy now, where they were the center of the joy. I'm almost finished. Howard Thurman said that this is not easy. He talked about the sound of the genuine. That's how he described it. And he said it's in there, but that you have to do some work. Because I'm kind of tired of the folks who say they're bowlers, but they never go to the bowling alley. I'm spiritual, but not religious. Really? Well, where do you do your religious thing? You don't need nobody? I need all kinds of help. I'm religious and spiritual and free. The fact that I came from a corrupt and limiting faith has been fuel for me to try to set everybody free. No, I have not gotten through with religion. I love some religion, as long as it's the right one. And it feeds my spirit. So I'm a bowler with a bowling ball and a uniform and the right size shoes, and I'm at the bowling alley when they open. Howard Thurman said it's in you. And if you'll do the work, thank you so much for that meditation. If you'll do the work to find your greatness, if you surround yourself with people who want to see you great, who support you in it, who get some joy out of you being great. How about that? But Howard said you can go down so deep in yourself that guess what you'll find, Dr. Alexander? You go find that the center of your joy is the same as mine. And that we might meet there in the depths of our greatness. I'm spiritual but not religious. You full of something. Anyway. Tech team, I'm almost finished. Because y'all, who told a grief-stricken Black queen stuck in the epidemic and then trying to figure out what I would do after that? Well regarded. Yes, I've been Grand Marshal of Gay Pride twice, and Black Gay Pride, and a whole lot of other gay prides. Any gay thing they haul me out now. And sometimes well-respected queen nonetheless. Who told me I could be a minister? Everybody. From the time I was little. And the message was, well, we don't have those kind of ministers. And I thought, well, wait a minute. Well, but God said, they said that. When I accepted my calling, it was as though somebody had lined up the chairs. And then God, in God's craziness, because she sometimes is not nice, said, oh, no, there's more. Don't go the way the rest of the UUs go, because you need to plant a church in Southwest Atlanta. I'm going, they don't have one. Yes, they don't. But now they do in Southwest Atlanta. So I don't have to go to Roswell to go to workshops on racism within our movement. I'm going right over here to the West End where folks look like me and we can talk about racism now. Maybe that greatness is sending you somewhere ain't nobody else gone. That volcano that you keep trying to keep from erupting. I erupt, but not like when I was trying to be something I shouldn't have been. And it's not just about success. It's about the meaning of it. I have folks tell me how their lives are worth living because abundant love exists. We don't have 100 and some members, not yet. I don't drive a jet, not yet. Anyway, but we're doing meaningful, life-saving work, and we did it when we were on Zoom. What are you sitting on that needs to shine from deep within? And you don't have to do it, by the way. I'm strongly encouraging you. You can cap a volcano, and the pressure will build. What happens when the cap stays on an active volcano? It explodes. If you don't want to believe me, ask the people of Pompeii and Herculaneum. And they ignored the warning signs. There had to have been earthquakes and tremors. Warning signs. The other thing you'll have to do, if you don't do it, The universe believes in duplication and duplicity. If you don't sing the song, somebody else will sing it. When they halt, oh, Duncan, should you go there? Okay, I'll put it this way. There are a whole lot of folks can sing like Whitney Houston now. Whitney's not here to sing her own songs. She gone. But if I want to hear her song, I can turn it on 4 channels and see 3 different women from all over the world who can sing as good as she did. I dare to say it out loud. Yes, I know somebody gonna meet me in the social hall. Remember that I have not said anything about how easy it is, because it ain't. And nor that it doesn't come at a cost. It will cost you, but so does capping the volcano and living in somebody else's miserable story about who they think you should be. That is a tremendous cost. Not living into your own greatness, oh my God, we have seen it. And it just makes you want to cry. The universe is waiting on your star to form and be born. Thank you for letting me meddle with you this afternoon. Love and courage to you on your way. Thank you.
Love you. Thank you. Reverend Duncan Teague, let's give him some more love. You're in the presence of greatness. Say, you're in the presence of greatness. To your left and to your right, within you and around you. You are in the presence of greatness. And that's what I wanted you to get from this series, which I'll conclude next week with my friends and colleagues in ministry here. Of course, Reverend Jean Bell, who did such a tremendous job last week. Yes. The greatness of the great work and legacy and family of legacy with Bishop D.E. Polk kicked it off. Yeah, powerful. And in case you missed it in the bio and in the presence of Duncan, Black pride would not exist in Atlanta if it wasn't for this man. It is true. Look at him. He's like, that's not true. There are 38 years of HIV and AIDS ministry. Oh, come on. Well, you get back up here and tell the truth. Don't make me a liar.
It was 38 years, but I was a child.
My point is this, that I like to surround myself with great people who are doing great things. You met D.E. Polk, who I've known for almost 20 years. Been a big part of my connection to Atlanta long before I even had a connection with SLCA. Duncan Teague and I have known each other now just for a few years, but when we met, we clicked, and I might as well have known him for 20 years. Because it's that kind of connection that we have. And so I put him in this spot this morning, that this afternoon, that in case I didn't know what condition my condition would be in, as Willie Nelson would say it, whether I'd be upright or on the other side of jet lag or too much of my favorite Scottish water preservation collection. But anyway, enough about that. He did a great job. I'm so glad. Let's give him some more love for his life, his legacy, his work, his ministry. We're so grateful for you. You are family to us, and I know that they will see you again, and we'll see each other again. It's time for our collection. It's time for us to share in that circulation of abundance. I'm so grateful for all that circulates in, through, and as our ministry, through those watching online now and in the future, at any time that they're tuning in. Those who contribute on a regular basis have it already set up as an automatic circulation to occur. If you want to join that automatic pledging community, it's easy to do. do. You can just use the text to give number and add weekly or monthly after the amount that you want to give on that interval, and the system will take care of it. So it's easy to jump into that. If you got a one-time gift today, cash or a check, we have envelopes and containers by the entrances for that. Whatever form it takes, know that it takes all of us. It takes all of us in this room. It takes all the folks watching online. It takes all the folks who come once a month or twice a month or every few months they stop in. All of the people who call SLCA home. It takes every single one of us to make this work, to make a work that is making a difference, has been making a difference for 45 years in Atlanta, and will continue to make a difference, building these bridges and networks with like-minded folks. As D.E. Paulk said in the first week, it takes all of us. We need each other. We need inclusive communities. We need inclusive religious voices and spiritual communities that stand together, that stand against the voices of hate and opposition that are working in the legislature or working in other places. We need each other. We need each other to be strong and to support each other, and that begins by supporting within our own communities. So let's support this thing that we love called SLCA today. Let's hold the gifts of love that we have and the circulation that is ours to divinely circulate in our life. Let's hold it and bless it with these words. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is, and so we are. Thank you all. Peace and blessings.
Yes, peace and blessings. And indeed, I wanted to give an opportunity for our practitioners that are with us today to please stand and be recognized. If you're in service this afternoon, and you can see these individuals, and those of you that are online, please know that you can pray with these individuals and they will hold you in love and blessings. So thank you so much to our practitioner corps. Yes. And we'll join them as we stand together and sing together, right? Please join me. That works for everyone and for all of creation. We see all people, all beings as expressions of God. We see a world that works for everyone. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. We see all people, all beings as expressions of God. We see a world that works for everyone. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. We see all people, all beings as expressions of God. We see a world that works for everyone, yeah. We see a world that works for everyone, yes. We see a world that works for everyone. Everyone, everyone. We love you so much. Please join us downstairs for food, fellowship, and a workshop.